I think we're on. Let's see. Think that's pretty straight. Hey everybody, thank you for being here. Okay, I have 1 minute till 7. Okay, what's going on with my computer? Oh shoot, I think I messed up. I hit escape. Okay, well I'll just use this laptop. My computer is vertical. Let me call my son-in-law real quick. Hey everybody, I hope the moderator is in here, can speak to everybody. Oh, David, answer the phone. I'm not going to be able to get the questions. Okay, I should be able to pick it up. Hi, everybody. Just give me a minute. I've got some technical difficulties.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 469.
I'm trying to pull up the live stream so that I can see it. Hey, sweetie, I have you on speakerphone. I'm on live, and I was trying to call David because I'm having technical difficulties. I can't get my monitor to go into portrait mode. It's in landscape.
You have to go to settings.
Okay. Wait a minute, just a minute. I got to go to settings. Okay.
And then display. What is your icon say?
Desktop, control panel, personalization, PC information, help.
Personalization.
Okay, what I do next?
Let's just say portrait or landscape.
Okay, hold on a minute. I got to clip some of this stuff off the way. Display, I'm clicking on that. And it just says title bars. And let me choose the scaling.
No, you went to settings first, correct?
Yes.
Then you hit display.
Change display setting.
Right, to landscape.
Which would be 1. Yeah. Okay, then I have to hit save or something, or hit OK.
No, that should be it.
I did it and it didn't change.
Okay, FaceTime.
Oh, see, my screen is cracked on this old phone, but I'll try. You there?
Okay. I can see your face now. Flip me to your computer.
But you don't understand. My phone is jacked up. I don't know how to, I can't see where to flip it.
Let's turn it.
Okay, I'll turn it this way. Can you see now?
Yes. Now go to settings.
Get out of here?
No, type in settings.
Type in where?
At the space bar at the bottom.
There's no space bar at the bottom.
Okay, on the left-hand side.
Personalizations?
Okay, zoom closer.
Okay, that's David clicking in. Go closer.
But Dave, because Dave is clicking in, I can't see.
Okay, well, I have to answer it. I don't know if it'll hang up. David?
Yes.
I have an emergency. I'm on live, and somehow my internet is showing in landscape. No, it's reversed. It's in landscape mode instead of portrait. And Lisa told me to go to settings and display change the settings. And then it has two options, 1 or 2. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So you're saying the monitor or is
The big monitor you put up for me,
yes.
it's showing the screen sideways. And I can't click on it and to drag it over to the PC, nor can I log on to the internet on the PC.
Okay. So you, first we gotta identify which is the main monitor. So when you sit in front of your desk,
Yes?
do you know which monitor is the main?
No.
Is the main on the left or the right?
If what the information, the icons?
Yeah, so the monitor itself, in order for you to change it, you gotta know which one of the monitor is the main.
I don't know, David. You hooked it up. I don't know that kind of stuff. I don't know. I guess what I'll do is just try to get the chat questions off of my phone, my other phone, but the screen is broke.
The screen is broke?
On my phone. Remember, I've been telling you for a long time.
Well, what I'm saying is you could do it try by error, try the monitor and figure out which one.
Okay, what do you want me to do? Because people are in. I'm live right now on YouTube, so tell me what you want me to do.
You can either right click on the on the left, actually the right monitor, and try to do Control Alt Delete and see if it will correct it. Control Alt Delete.
All it's showing is all of my icons, and if I hit delete, I'll wipe everything off on the PC.
Okay, yeah, don't do that.
So don't do that. So I'm going to get out of there. Escape. Okay. It won't even let me do that. Okay, now I'm out of there. Now you want me to click on the other one?
Yeah, click on the other one. Yeah, I think
And hit Control Alt.
Yeah, and see what happens.
And it's telling me to switch users.
Okay, then don't worry about that. Well, click on any of the right-click on any of the monitor and see.
Which one? The big monitor?
Yeah, right. Use the mouse to right-click and see if it displays anything.
It displays the desktop, surge control panel, device manager, desktop.
It doesn't say anything about display.
No.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you gotta take a look at it. I'm gonna do the best I can with my broken screen on my phone to get the questions.
Okay.
Because I gotta get going because people are here in the live chat right now.
All right.
All right, thanks, David. I appreciate you. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, as you can see, I'm having technical difficulty. Let me get some glasses on. Maybe I can see that telephone up there. Everybody is speaking. My moderators, I'm just going to ask you guys to welcome everybody in. I'm sure you have already been doing that. I only need my screen for information. My topics that I was going to discuss, you guys know I study and I memorize stuff for you all, so that is not an issue. My regular PC is right here, and I can pull up information about classes and that type of thing. The only thing I can't do, and I sincerely apologize, is I cannot pull up the chat because this phone, I dropped it too many times, and I'm recording on the other phone. So we may not be able to have a question and answer today. The first thing I want to do is I need to know who were the first 2 people that came in the chat. I have no idea of knowing. So if somebody can tell me who were the first 2 people from the chat, I'm trying to pull it up. And I can hear myself, so I'm going to take the speaker off. Okay, it's on silent mode.
Here's the list to get this year's best credit cards, investing accounts, and more.
And I can hear myself, so I'm going to take the speaker off. And it won't let me take the speaker off. Let me go to settings. Wow, it's just one of those days. Sounds. And I can't hardly see it. So I'm turning the sound all the way down. And I think I can. Yes. Still talking. Goodness gracious. But it's real low. So if somebody, Antia is in here, Debbie Epps is in the house, Sifting Soil, Grandmama Grows, Bobby Wilson, Miss Kia Parks, Yankee Sister Homestead, Andrea Lucas, and Dale is in the house, Lynette Tucker, Cotham Creations, At Home with Cherie. I see somebody speaking to you. Barb Brownlee, Cassandra, I don't know your last name, my phone is cracked. And Bobby Wilson, I think Miss Ellen Pankey is in the house. Okay, I got that volume down. Regina Tyson, Arkansas Woodcutter, Angels Loves Garden is in the house. Chris White is here. And again, I sincerely apologize. I was dusting off of my desk, and I probably inadvertently hit a button and did something with my screen. Because I was working on this PC up until about an hour before I came on live. So I'm sure I hit a wrong button. You all please forgive me. So I'm going to tell you. Somebody said President Chris White like in school. Oh, I love you. I don't even know if Chris White is a girl or I think it's a man. Chris White, yes. But that is so cute. Arkansas Woodcutter said, I think I'm in trouble. If you're in trouble, LC Mod Squad will take you out. So don't even worry about it. So that means that I can't even publish my special for this evening. I'm not going to worry about it. Maybe that just means, we're not supposed to have one. But I tell you what I will do. Next week, I'll have a super, super duper one. Or I could do something and give you something free. I know what I'll do. I am going to, because this was going to be the special. The Total Control Body Lotion. Body oil. And I know I got people in here that have used it. Let me put a little alcohol on this paper towel. Put the label on it. And I always sanitize the outside of the jar when I'm putting my labels on. And what I'll do is, man, this is going to be really a really, really good deal. If you will go to the Total Body Oil page on the website, if you order the 8-ounce Total Body Oil, and you guys know it has all these wonderful, nourishing, moisturizing oils in it, and it's scented with a heavenly scent of peace. The same peace honey, well, actually I named it hibiscus honey, the peace tea to calm you down. And also it has lemon, grass, and lavender. Okay? But what I'm going to do, since I couldn't update my website, is if you buy the 8-ounce bottle, I will automatically send you the 4-ounce bottle. It's not on the website, but I have it, and I have my labels right here. If I move stuff around, I've been cleaning up. And I had took this one off, the 4-ounce size. And the labels look exactly the same, except one says 8-ounce, one says 4-ounce. So if my LC Mod Squad would put the actual link to the body oil, the total body oils for your hair and your skin, buy one 8-ounce, get the 4-ounce free. And you guys know that is until midnight. See, the devil trying to stop me. But we have the ability to think fast on our feet. And I'm going to write this down so I won't forget. Anybody that gets it, you will get both bottles for the price of one. One 8-ounce and one 4-ounce free. Until midnight tonight. Okay? And Auntie's backyard already put it on. So you don't have to put anything in the PayPal description or anything. Trust me, I stay up every Monday night and do clerical work while I'm waiting and processing orders. And I will put that in your notification that your order has been processed. It'll show you you're going to get both of them for the price of one. Okay? Yes. Yes, G Mama, I saw your comment. Awesome. Okay, so I'm flying by the seat of my pants because I can't see all the way across my screen. Let me see if I go to this mode. I can see the bottom of the screen. See, can you all see that where I broke it right in here? But I can see the bottom of your comments. So there may not be a question and answers tonight. If that's the case, and if you're new in my live, you wait until I present all of my topics and recognize everybody that I want to recognize. And toward the end of the chat, then I answer your questions. So please, please, don't put any questions in right now. One, I can't see them. And two, it's not the right time. And if you're new to my live and you're not a subscriber, I'm sorry you can't comment. I have it set up that way so that we don't get unfriendly people in here saying things that they shouldn't. Okay? And then I want my moderators to relax and have a good time and don't have to be worried about throwing people out of the chat. I just don't, I don't like that. So I'm sure that if I didn't call your name out, you're aware by now that I'm having technical difficulty with my other large monitor right here, and I can't see it. So I'm going to rely on my moderators a little more heavily tonight to keep everybody in line and to let me know. I want Grandmama Groves to tell me right now, who were the first 2 people in the chat? If you have a Cash App, I'm going to send you $5. And I'm going to give out more money toward the end of the chat. But when I do give out the money, it needs to be somebody that's been in here for an hour and not just come in at the last minute to win a prize. I think that's no more than fair. Okay? All right. So I'm waiting for Grandmama Grows in all caps. Give me the first 2 people that were in the chat. And I'm only asking Grandmama Grows because she's always here on a timely manner, and then I don't want any discrepancies. So while I'm waiting on Grandmama Grows, I'm going to ask that my moderators please put in my Cash App. If you don't have the right one, don't put it in. And please put in my email address. And if you don't have the right one, don't put it in. My daughter said I should get a banner. And happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I don't have my ring light on. My baby son brought these over. And he brought me a treat, one, because he knows that I don't like to eat a lot of sweets because I'm not supposed to. He brought me one cake, blueberry donut, and these. And just so sweet. He knows what I like. And so he brought me these, and these are so pretty. I'm going to share them with you. Beautiful roses in here. And then he has some giant little sunflowers, butterfly. Ain't that pretty, guys? And gave me a hug. And he rushed on to his barbershop to get the guys groomed so they can go out with their sweeties tonight. And then Brian and Bria brought me this on these beautiful, beautiful tulips. I need to add some more water in it and some chocolates. And nope, I didn't open it because I had the donut, the cake blueberry donut. So that's enough sweets for me today, so I'll eat a piece tomorrow. Probably put it, a couple pieces and put it in the freezer. Barb Brownlee, thank you so much. She said to rotate your screen, hit Control, Alt, and the up arrow. Well, that's what my son-in-law was trying to tell me, but if I do that and it's the wrong monitor, I have two monitors here. But I'll try it. Control, Alt, and up arrow. Okay, now I lost my screen completely. Hey! It worked! It blacked out, and I thought I lost all my notes, and then it came on. Okay, but it looks kind of weird. Probably because I did something. Let me see if I can click on YouTube. If I could dance, I would dance. I used to dance back in the day. Oh my God. It's working. Who was that? That was Barb Brownlee. You have a Cash App? Send me your Cash App and that you'll get $5. And y'all know y'all supposed to be buying seeds with these and letting me know with these Cash Apps. Oh man. Do you all mind if I call my son-in-law? No, y'all don't mind, because y'all sweet. I got the best YouTube folks in these YouTube streets. Let's go to content. Go to live. David's gonna get tired of me.
Your call has been forwarded to an
That's all right. I'll tell them later. I could click on it. I already turned off the sound. Come on up. It's populating the yes. There it goes. There's the chat. So I'm waiting for Grandmama Grows. Barb Brownlee doesn't have a Cash App. Okay, Brownlee, in my cleaning up, I found one of my books, my romance book. I think I wrote it in 2005. It is a romance suspense. I'm going to send you this book. And that's my daughter on the cover, and she's on the cover of my other book. And that's how young I looked in 2005. Still don't look too bad. But, but that's how I used to look with the flip. Okay, so I'll send this to you. I'm writing it down. Thank you, Barb. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And David can't. They did call me back, and and anybody want to know any more information about that romance book? It's on my website if you want to read a synopsis. I think I put one on there, on this website. And this came to me in a dream. This is all the characters in the book. And since it was my first romance book, and my only, because I haven't finished writing the second one, I put, the name of the book is Sooner or Later, and it came to me in a dream, all of these people in my family and close friends that I named the characters after and took some of the similarities of their characters and wrote it in the description, or how they would say certain things. Like the pastor in the book, I think it's Reverend Thomas, I called my brother and he told me verbatim what a pastor would say when there was an emergency crisis at a hospital. I think it was something to the effect, I think prayer is in order here. Let's everybody hold hands and pray. And so all of those people whose characteristics were in the main characters, I dreamt that they were spinning around in a clock. And so I took my idea to a graphic artist that did design my cover, and he did a really good job. A clock within a clock. And the moral of this story is, if whatever problems or issues you may have in your life, and if this relates to everybody, you got to deal with it. Because if you don't, you're going to deal with it sooner or later. Thus the title of the book. Okay. So, Barb Brownlee, I will mail you that book. I only have a few of them left. And I have a few hair books left. Okay. And I'm sweating because nerves. When I thought I wasn't going to be able to see the chat, my nerves just started tripping. Okay. So, did you guys put the Cash App and the email address in? And I'm still waiting for Grandmama Grows to give me in all caps the two people that won. SoCal are the first two in the chat. Regina Tyson and Melissa SoCal. Melissa SoCal and Regina Tyson. Let me write this down. I need you guys to send me your Cash App through email. The first two. Barb Brownlee getting the book. Regina Tyson. Do you have a Cash App? I think Melissa does. Okay. And number two, let's see. You're welcome, Barb Brownlee. I'm going to send you that book. And since I relied heavily on G Mama Grows, I'm going to send you my hair book. G Mama, email me, guys, because you all know all my stuff is separate. It would just save this old lady some work if you all would email me and say, you sending me a book, here's the address. You sending me a Cash App, $5, here's the Cash App. Okay? Yes, Regina Tyson has a Cash App. Oh, you don't have to put yours in there. You got to send it through me to an email, okay? And then I'm going to, who did I just say? G Mama Grows. I'm going to send you my hair book for being such a sweetheart. Okay. Now, I know I got other moderators in here, and Dale, Barb Brownlee, but when I looked up at the bottom of my screen and all I saw was G Mama, that's why I asked her to tell me. You know, sometimes you just got to take initiative and get through something the simplest way that you can do it. Okay, so let me tell you guys that it's currently 55 degrees in my greenhouse. No heat. 2 windows open. 2 windows that I cut open. And it's supposed to get down to 40 tonight. And I'm debating if I'm going to just leave the windows open. And I think I will. I just made up my mind. Because even with the windows open, the coldest it can get is 40. And sometimes it is good to get fresh air in one of those plastic type, tent type greenhouses so that you don't get so much humidity and fungus. See, look. Look at this humidity. The lower it's been all winter. Look up under the 55 for the hydrometer. It is 11 in one area and 25 in the other. And it's usually past 50 at the back of the greenhouse where there's no water in a garbage can, and where I have the water in the front is usually like 75. And then you get those little spores, the wind blows in, and the next thing you know, you have a fungus. It's not hard But it's not easy. You got to know what you're doing. Anybody in here that is thinking about getting a greenhouse, do your research. Research, check with your manufacturers, check with YouTubers, not just me, somebody that you see them growing in the greenhouse consistently. I'm not talking about one video showing the greenhouse, because it's more to it than you think. For example, it was 71 degrees today. It was 105 in my greenhouse, and I had to run out there and open it up. And you all know that tomatoes will not bloom after 85 degrees. If you already have a bloom there, it can mature and turn into a tomato and grow and get bigger and ripen. But all your blooms have a tendency to fall off at the embryo stage if it's too hot. So I had to run out there carefully so I won't fall. Okay? And I just want to share that with you. I hope you all checked out my video that I put out about the strawberries that Brian and Bria helped me transplant, and I was teaching them, and I hope you all got something out of it. And I mentioned about 3 or 4 times that those strawberries were the best strawberries I have ever received, and I got them from the Bull's Garden. And so if you're interested in everberry strawberries and you want to support a small business, because I'm all about supporting small businesses, because I've been in business for myself for a long time. So I'm asking that Miss Debbie Epps, would you please put up the link to the Bull's Garden? My moderator, Debbie Epps, because I want Bull to sell out of his strawberries. We can go to all these other places and buy stuff. Let's support this small business. Okay? The Bull's Garden. Okay, so let me look at the next thing I want to talk about. I've got 2 more cash apps to give away, but I'm going to do that later because I had to make up. And some of the people were just so nice that emailed me or commented that when I said I forgot about the cash app. A couple people said they were having such a good time they didn't care about you not doing the cash app. You know? So that made me feel real good, because I love it when you all know I'm thinking about what I'm getting ready to say. I love it when people are coming to this channel for information. Now, I'm going to talk to you about something and this is something I have never done. And I said that I never would do this, but I'm going to do it today. Because I owe all of you all a real hearty portion of gratitude. I've been on YouTube since 2015, and you all heard me say this before. I didn't even know that you get paid to be on YouTube. And I got monetized after the first couple of months in the pandemic, because I realized that there's a purpose in my life. And please don't start doing this little violin like, oh, where's she going? Because this is going to fit into the person I'm going to recognize. I thought about this while I was taking my shower. I shouldn't have said that, but I started the Victory or the Emergency Garden, showing people how to grow food for the first time. And that was when I realized that was my calling, to still teach, because I was teaching like Sunday school, youth director of the choir, cosmetology instructor, cosmetology college director, manager of the old school. I opened up a $3 million school for Oval Beauty College. I never said this. And one day I was on the phone in this highly political state where a guy wanted to come in and wash the windows. And he had a seat in the receptionist area, and my clinic floor manager came and called me and told me I had a guy that wanted to wash the windows of this new facility. And I knew the corporate protocol was for me to get the information and contact corporate. So when I got through what I was doing, I came out, and he was sitting there. I said, "Hi, I'm Cheryl Moss, and I'm the manager of this beauty college. Nice to meet you." He said, you're the manager of the whole place?" And it was brand spanking new, guys, with state-of-the-art equipment. This guy was so outdone that this lady was in charge of that $3 million school that he couldn't believe it. And my clinic floor manager was drinking soda, I think, and she spit it all out because it was so funny to him because he wasn't expecting a lady with curly hair and beautiful chocolate skin. So I just shared that with you. So I did that for so long and wrote beauty school curriculums and organized that this was just second nature for me. I took the passion that I had for gardening, and my channel is primarily dedicated to people who haven't been gardening a long time. I do not have the majority of my subscribers. Let me put it this way. The majority of my subscribers are new to gardening. They are not content creators. And there are some that I have inspired to become content creators, either from my Facebook or my journey in this live chat and my videos. But I recognize my calling and my purpose in life. And all of us have a purpose. And some of us, God give more talents. It's more than one thing that he wants us to do. But I found out that that's what it was. Help other people become self-sufficient and grow their own wholesome organic food. And I don't criticize anybody that use chemicals, because that's on you. But as far as for me and my house, my family, I'm the only one here, but what I give out is going to be organic. Okay? So, somebody said sweating. Am I still sweating? Teach Lady Cheryl, Amani Anita Newsom. Thank you. He Tep Yoga Goddess Urban Farm. Thank you for being here. Oh, Grandmama Gross says she's sweating bullets too. Okay, everybody going through menopause. Okay, okay. But anyway, so that's my purpose and that's my calling. And let me bring it on home to what I was going to say. I never celebrated when I got monetized. I never celebrated when I reached 500 subscribers, or 1,000, or 2,000, or 3,000, or 4,000, or 5,000, or 6, 7, 8, and now I'm at 9,900, a little bit over. And I just want to thank all of you all from the bottom of my heart for helping me get there. And I feel very soon God is going to bless me with your help, sharing my videos, telling people about Lady Cheryl likes to teach you how to garden. I think I will make that milestone, is that how you say it? Stone of 10,000. So it's the first time I've ever mentioned it. Okay? So I'm appreciative to you all. And of course, you know God comes first. They call me Sunshine, said truth. We all have a purpose. It's lovely when you find out what your purpose is. And you see, when you all watch that video, I know G Mama Grove saw it. I'm not going to name all the names, but you all told me that my grandkids, Bria is just 6 years old. And she videotaping like a pro. And I didn't have to really correct Brian or tell him to stay on my fingers. You know, because they don't understand the big picture of my purpose. They think it's all about smiling for the camera, looking nice, and me talking and blah, blah, blah. That is not what God wants me to do. God wants me to get in close and show you how to plant that strawberry crown, just like I would show you how to manipulate a curling iron. Close. So you will see how to do it. So I believe that's how my channel got monetized and how I got more and more followers. And this is just the beginning. I really do believe it. And I know that, like I said several times, that is my purpose, and I'm going to walk in my purpose. Now, the person that I'm going to talk about today to recognize from Blessings from the Garden. Now, those of you that are new, some Monday nights, I'm going to have a little segment, Blessings from the Garden. It might be blessings out of my garden or how my garden has blessed me. And some nights, I'm going to talk about a content creator or just someone who loves to share on YouTube. The person I'm going to recognize tonight, I got to be careful. I've learned how to write a story, how to build up momentum. And if I tell you too many things out the gate, you'll know who it is. So I'm choosing my words very carefully. This person is a woman. She has a lot of talents that she shares with a lot of people. She has a passion for gardening. I've seen her making fermented vegetables, some with ginger and turmeric and apple cider, and she's a senior citizen. She's one of my golden girls, and I narrowed it down to 5. And I'm going to say this part real quick because once I say it, you're going to know who it is. This lady had a life-threatening illness, and she was in a coma for 6 months. But God wasn't through with her. He had stuff. Still, he wanted this lady, who I told you a few weeks ago, I'm looking over here, I bet everybody putting it down, asked me to call her auntie, and I said, I'm too old to call you auntie. I'm 68 years old in July. And she said, that's all right. And then I thought about it, and I said, a lot of us have people in our family that we're close in age, and we still recognize them as aunt. So you all guessed it, if you haven't already, it's Auntie Ellen. Miss Ellen Pankey. She does quilts, she does paintings, she goes down to the senior citizen, I guess it's salon or game area or recreational area, and teaches people with disabilities art, quilting, recipes, painting. She's just a phenomenal woman. I'm about to cry. I don't know why I'm about to cry. Because I want to be like that. I want to be like that. I want to still have vitality and a sense of urgency to help people. So yes, moderators, please put up the URL for Miss Ellen Pankey's Quilts and Art Traditions, because she is truly a blessing to this gardening community. Okay? Please, everybody put her channel up. Thank you, Andale. Thank you so much. She deserves this recognition. And for those of you that are in here and you don't know nothing about her, when you go check her out, and she won't hold you for a long time with long videos, and sometimes you're busy and you can't watch them. She's going to get in there to the point, show you what she has to show you, and that's it. And when you comment on her video and show her some love, please let her know that I sent you. Because it's a good feeling when you go back to somebody's page and you say, oh, Lady Cheryl sent me. Oh, Lady Cheryl sent me. I want her to know that. Not that it makes a difference. It just she knows that I love her dearly. And I want her to help her channel grow by her content and the character of her heart. Ellen Pankey. Garden Quilts and Art Traditions. Thank you, Andale, for putting it up. See, Thomas says, you are that person as you help people every day. I'm reminded of a song I learned. I used to sing. Let me see if I can hum a few bars. If I could help somebody as I pass alone, if I could cheer somebody with a prayer or song, if I could do my duty as a Christian, then my living shall not be in vain. And you guys know I told you I had surgery on my vocal cords. And I'm not one of those people. You know how you get up in church and they say, well, they want me to sing it solo, but my throat is real. Y'all pray for me. I'm going to try to get through this song. And then they tear the song up. I'm for real. I had a tumor wrapped around my esophagus and was binding to my vocal cords. But thank God it wasn't cancer. And so I can't hold notes for a long time and they'll crack. But I know when I sing softly, I can get it out. But if I try to sing loud, I can't. But that's my testimony. My living will not be in vain if I can help somebody. So I try to help somebody every single day. I got 2 emails today. One was, I got a lot of emails today, but I got 2 about showing me their stevia. I'm not going to call out the names. And comfrey. And Texas Star Hibiscus. So we building up a little army of soldiers that's going to get the word out that we can take our health into our own hands. Not get off the medication till your doctor tell you, but you can do some helpful things for yourself. And speaking of that, let me go and get my tea. That little beep that you keep hearing, that's my microwave. Let me go get my tea. Let me be very careful so I don't waste anything. And this is a tea that I'm experimenting with. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm experimenting with the taste. But it's all herbal, all decaffeinated, and pretty color. And I'm going to add just a little of my Swerve natural sweetener. That's 0 calorie. It won't, raise your blood sugar or your glycemic index. I'm going to take about 1/4 of a teaspoon and drink my tea. So, Ellen Pankey. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Thank you. I'm wearing some of my mom's jewelry. This is a necklace that I gave her, and I inherited when she passed away. And these 2 rings that I'm wearing are my mom's. And I inherited these rings from my mom, and I gave my children the diamonds that their dad gave me. Bracelet, rings and stuff. So I only wear my mother's stuff occasionally. And this is a ring I gave my mother. And she added more stones to it. And I don't know. I put them on today because I wanted to feel close to her. This is the day my father passed away. He passed away on Valentine's Day. And so instead of you being depressed or sad, you do some things to make yourself feel better. So I put on a nice little silk blouse, my mother's pearls, and my mother's jewelry, her rings, and it makes me feel better. Okay, good. I see my... Yes, V Solo, softly and tenderly is the way to go. Check out Lady Cheryl tea, somebody. And you all buying my tea, and I want to thank you all. You all are buying my tea and my honey Lorraine tea. It's okay. So sorry to learn this. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much. But, you know, the older I get, the more I realize that the objective of living is dying. And I don't want to sound harsh, but I'm at the age now where people all around me are dying in my circle. All my aunts have passed away. And, you know, even on my husband's side, it's a circle of life. Children are being born and people are passing away. But the day that you were born and the day that you pass on, there's a dash there. At any headstone, tombstone, obituary, there's a dash. And how you live your life will determine, that dash right there, that time period, will determine where you spend eternity. Does that make sense? So don't worry about the date that they leave or the date they come in the world. Just concentrate on yourself and making your dash the best that it can be, so that you will know that you're going to see them again. So I have that hope, without a shadow of a doubt, that I'm going to see my parents again. So instead of, you know that song, I'm going down, I'm going down, baby. If you see yourself going down, you do things to lift yourself up. Don't go down. I get depressed around Thanksgiving. Let me get off of this subject. Let me get back to the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Yes, that's your dash. You determine what your dash is going to mean. Okay, so let me get on my topic for today. Let's talk about the perk clubs. Just real quickly, I sent the code to 6 people that are going to be in the candle making class on Sunday, noon. These people are in my Make Your Own Products group. You know who you are. You asked me, I sent it. Only one person was new. The rest of the people have been in the group for a while. If I didn't send you a code, it is your responsibility to contact me before Friday. Well, before Saturday. Please don't contact me Sunday while I'm in church asking me for the code, because I'm not going to respond. Because I've announced it several weeks. Don't mean to be harsh. This is business. Those of you that want to attend the pressure canning coaching class, you actually pressure can. I observe you. I don't pressure can. But you know what, guys? I'm going to be pressure canning tomorrow. I got pressure canning a lot of chicken. But I don't pressure can during that coaching session. I observe you and calm you down. And that class is going to be February the 27th, same time, always on a Sunday, Central Standard Time at noon. It's 2 hours. I've only sent the list of everything that you have to have for one person. But it's still close, I'm not close, but time, a couple weeks from that class, so more people will be attending. Okay, in my next video, I'm going to share with you a picture of the moonflowers that I grow in my front yard for all of you that wanted the seeds. All of those seeds were sent out. I think I was a day late. I think I might have didn't send them out until Thursday. But you all should be getting them pretty much. We had a new member that contacted me. I got her email address. So that wraps up all of the stuff about the classes. Okay, I want to honor my honorary Eat Your Own Club members. And they are Miss Ellen Pankey, Viola Graham, Jean Dudley, Deb M., and Joyce L. Moore. Now, that's the only class that I don't want you guys to come in and observe because it makes people nervous. But any other preservation class, you guys are welcome to come in and participate and to observe. Okay. All right. So now let me go to my email. I mailed me some information that I'm going to talk about. And the topic I'm going to talk about today is fast growing crops. Now, some of you have been leaving in the comments, oh, Lady Cheryl, I'm behind. I haven't started my seeds. You don't need to start your seeds now if you don't have a greenhouse. Because I won't be putting anything outside uncovered until March. Everything, well, the middle of March toward the end of March. Some people wait till April, but I have the ability to put plastic over a hoop house, so I'm going out a little bit early. But all of the seedlings that I will be sharing with you, and I have been sharing with you in my videos, but I'm giving you another update, those will be going into the greenhouse. If you guys remember from my videos, at the back of the greenhouse, all the way across, is 10 feet wide, I have citrus trees in, what do you call them, utility carts. So all those citrus trees will come out. A long folding table, a couple of them, will go in, and all of my little shoe boxes and totes and things that I have will go out there to start getting acclimated to the sun peering in from the greenhouse plastic. So I start things a little bit different because of that. If you have a greenhouse, you can do it. But if you don't, you need to count back. You can go to Dave's Garden online. You can go to Farmer's Almanac online, and you put in your zip code. You find out your garden zone, and anything you want to grow, it'll count back for you how many weeks or forward. Or is it back or forward? Y'all know what I mean. It'll give you how many weeks that you have to start your seeds inside before they go outside. Okay? And if you have an issue with that, you can email me. I don't mind helping you. Okay? So if you can't find it, I'll help you. So what I want to talk about now is fast growing crops. The first one I think you all can guess is going to be radishes. Radishes, you can harvest them in 3 weeks. Okay? So you can start them inside, or you can sprinkle them outside, depending on your garden zone. And 3 weeks later, you'll have some radishes. The next one I'm going to tell you, and I got to start breaking my cycle. I have a cycle of not really growing some of these crops that I'm naming in the spring, because we can go from 70 degrees to 100 real quick. But if I get them out there early, I'm taking a chance this year, and I hope they survive. Radishes, beets, broccoli, and cucumbers. Let's talk about the beets. Those are one of those crops that you can be eating in 2 months with the right conditions. Broccoli, it'll take you about 3 months. I told you about the radish, 3 to 4 weeks. A cucumber, you can start eating off of those depending on the size that you want in about 2 months. Another thing is I never, ever grow carrots in the spring because it gets so hot. But I stopped growing those real long carrots, and I grow the little short varieties. My favorite, and Bria's favorite, she's the carrot eater out of my grandchildren, is the Parisian carrot. I get that one from Baker Creek. I have some of those seeds. I might sprinkle a few carrots out there. So it takes less time for the smaller varieties to form. So you can grow carrots in any zone in the spring, providing you do what? Select a short or small variety. Another thing that grows very, very fast because you're not trying to concentrate on getting a bulb, you can grow this veggie to season your food and give it some flavor. Green onions. 2 to 3 weeks, you could be cutting the tops off of them. So, long as you don't worry, you're not trying to grow big onion bulbs like in my video with the strawberries that I did yesterday. Long as you're not trying to get that type of onion. And even if you did, those onions, if I wanted to cut the tops off of them, I could use them in that sense too. But they won't form a bulb as quick as the green onions or your scallions. Another thing I never grow in the spring that I'm growing this time, I think I showed it to you in my last video when I shared with you some of my plants that I'm growing inside the house, is turnips. I did a 15-second video on it. And I did a video on how I cook them and make them taste very similar to potatoes. So I'm growing turnips. And while I mentioned that about the turnips, the younger, smaller turnips are more tender and they taste better. But if you want that real peppery taste, let them get bigger. And another root vegetable in that same family, rutabaga, I got seeds from Homestead Heart, and I sprinkled some of those seeds the other day. Because I'm going to take the turnips and cook them right along with the rutabaga and just do some things with them to see if I can get them as a substitute. Because it's really been helping me. Another vegetable I never grow in the spring, I always wait till the fall, and I grow a lot of greens in the fall, is kale. But I will tell you this, curly kale will take the heat better than the non-curly kale. So if I decide to grow some kale, I haven't decided yet, because I started on my second round of seeds, and I'm going to sow a lot of more seeds tomorrow, is kale and mustard. And the turnips, you get 2 for 1 because you can eat the turnip green leaves as well as the turnip root. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is something I grow all year round in the greenhouse and then in the garden. But I choose certain varieties that hold up well in heat as well as certain varieties that hold up well in the winter, and that is lettuce. And you need to do your research and learn the difference. Baker Creek has excellent information where you can go on and determine which one you're going to use. Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about, and I do this every year with my grandkids, we get out there and we direct sow them, and that is bush green beans. I have an issue with real hard beans like pinto, navy, I can't hardly digest them. It's something about the enzymes in them gives me a lot of gas, flatulence, however you pronounce it. But it's not like you think. It's to the point where it hurts my stomach, cramps. So I don't eat a lot of beans, chili beans, whatever. I have my chili without beans. But green beans, I can digest those without any discomfort. So I grow a lot of bush beans. Now, if you go back and you look at some of my older videos, you see I will grow the vining beans, because it's 2 types, the vining and then the bush. But as I've gotten older, that's a lot of work. Trellising them up and harvesting them and getting all down and all of that. So I just have my beds on a platform like my strawberries, and I can just harvest them from my waste. Okay, so bush beans, they grow very well. This type of year, you can harvest them within 2 months, and you can do succession planting to keep them going until the heat just takes them out. But some of you all that live in cooler climates, you're not going to have that issue with the heat taking them out. Okay, so plant some like every week, like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. And also, if you harvest them continuously, you trick the plant into thinking it needs to keep producing. So if you don't harvest them regularly, it will go through its life cycle quicker and it will start producing more green beans. So that's what I'm going to sow a few of them inside. And I found some sales. I bought some, might have been pansies or something, I don't remember, from Lowe's on their clearance section. You know, they have like at the back of the plant area, they have stuff that they mark down real cheap. Some of it needs to be on life support, or some of it might be perennials, and it'll come back. But I buy like a lot of those little 6-packs or 8-packs when they're marked down to 50 cents or 75 cents, put it in my front yard or whatever. And when I was straightening up the greenhouse with Brian and Bria yesterday, I found 4 of those nice, heavy, deep little, individual sales. I threw almost all of that stuff away because my stuff was real, real old. And this year, my gratitude garden consisted of showing people that they can use whatever they have to grow your seeds in. But anyway, I found some of those, so I'm going to start more seeds in those to sterilize them tomorrow. But getting back to the crops that I'm going to try again, another one that I don't usually do. This is a bush summer squash. I found some seeds that I had in the freezer. I don't know if they are going to germinate. I may do the paper towel in the baggie and tape it to my patio window doors, the glass on there, and see if they would germinate before I put them all into sales. But I'm going to try to do a summer patty pan squash. That's the seeds that I found. Something that I had froze for a long time. Okay, everybody, that's what I want to talk about. And you know when you mentioned, did I mention spinach? I didn't. Spinach, you can harvest it in the right conditions between 4 to 6 weeks, but it grows real slow in the summer. But once the soil warms up, it's time for you to plant your spinach. Now, you remember those old seeds from 2016 I planted in hanging baskets, if you've been with me for a while, and the last weekend, Brian and Bria were here, and we were harvesting peppers, and they were taking the pods of the morning glories, and they weren't even all the way dried out. And I sprinkled those seeds where the spinach was that wasn't coming up. I don't think the spinach is going to come up. It's been 3 weeks. Excuse me. But those seeds of the morning glory, they are all up. So when one won't work, something else will. Don't wait forever for something to come up. Now, I'm not digging up the spinach seedlings or seeds. If they pop up in there, they'll grow right along with the morning glories, or I might prick some of them out and put them at someplace else. Okay, so that's everything. Oh, no, one more thing. The lettuce. That includes arugula, too. And any type of winter lettuce. I see look like a question coming up. Thank you, Hudson. Growing with Hudson said Baker Creek is going up in price, so stock up. I didn't buy too many seeds this year. I bought stevia. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's all I bought was, no, I'm sorry. I bought some seeds. I bought some seeds from Homestead Heart because she just launched her new business, her and her husband. But everything else I have came from people. Okay. But I'm glad to know that because I didn't know that they were going up. But I'm not buying no seeds. I'm going to use what I had. I got a lot of people who have blessed me with some seeds. And Garden 99 said he loved beans, but they don't love him. Yeah, I have a digestive enzyme issue. V Solo says she got her Baker Creek catalog. Yeah, I think mine is over here somewhere. I get a lot of catalogs. It's not within reaching distance. That's why I was wondering, did they go up on the catalog? You know, I haven't even opened it up. Who is that? Growing with Hudson. How did you hear about that? Is that on their site? Working on the Baker Creek order now. Untia. Okay. Okay, give me a minute. Let me check something out. Okay, so, hey, Stacy, Hands in the Dirt. I didn't know you were here. New Art Gardener, my radishes have germinated already. And I saw, who was that? Home with Cherie. She had a little prick. Cause I like to sew stuff in like a little pan or a little plastic container, and then go in there and prick them out and put them in the potting mix. And I saw her in that video using it, but when I went to, I think she said she got it at Amazon. When I went in there and I put seed pricker, seed tool, or whatever, I couldn't find it. So if a Home with Cherie is, if she's here, if she would put a link to that in her video, I would appreciate it, or you could you could put it here. Any way you want to do it, I want that tool that I saw you use. Cause I'm going in with my, oh, GT received an email. I wonder, is that just where he lives because of the postage? Cause I didn't get any email, and I get Baker Creek email all the time. But then again, maybe they didn't send me none because I haven't bought that much from them this year. Oh, a transplanter. Thank you, Miss Cherie. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go ahead and order that. Okay. I'm just checking something out. Making sure I'm all caught up. The young lady, I'm checking my email. The young lady that asked me about the candle making class, I will send that to you tonight. And I'm getting back to the chat. And I'm going to take some of your questions, and then I'm going to give out 2 more cash apps. Make sure y'all email me with the cash app. Please, please, please. Oh, Home with Cherie said, the email says the catalog price will go up, not the seed price. Paper and ink prices are increasing, so the catalog will increase. And they always send me a catalog every year. I'll never order it. But then I'm a regular seed order. I just didn't buy too many this year because of the fact of what I said I was doing, the gratitude garden. Are there anybody in the Perks Clubs that have opportunity to make an announcement? You know, it depends on how long you've been a member. You could click on that $ on your PC and click membership, or see if you can put a message. I want to remind everybody about that. I didn't talk too much about the Perk Clubs because I had some technical difficulty, so I'm not going to do too much about that. Will you be my Valentine? Who are you talking to, David? David Corey? Now, I know you're not talking to me because last week you called me your auntie. Who are you asking to be your Valentine? Don't make me spit out my tea. I'm just messing with you. That's what I want to see. Chime Mouse family has been a member for 3 months. Let's give her a hand. Anybody else? Melissa SoCal. All right. Anybody else? Ladybug Palmer is cracking up. She must know something that I don't know. Okay, so everybody's clapping for the two ladies. Now, it's time for everybody that's in a perk club or a moderator right now, put up your URLs for your YouTube channels. And if you don't have a YouTube channel and you're in a perk club, you can put your zone in. Okay? David Corey said, I don't mean you can't be sweet. We gave all our friends a gift. Oh, that's nice. I don't know if you're talking to me, but I'm flattered. I really am. And thank you, Going with Hudson, for putting Miss Ellen's up. She deserved those accolades. Miss Kia Parks. Congratulations for 5 months. She's my internet daughter. Oh, Sandra living a full life. Congratulations. And I love what Auntie's Backyard Garden did. She put a little introduction, like a mission statement about her garden. So you ought to come and check her out. Now is the time, only for Perks members and moderators. Cherry Mouse family, I still think you should put your channel up. Because when you start making videos, people will already be subscribed to you. I think you should do that. That's just my suggestion. But you do what you feel is best. And after this, after everybody put in their channels, would Auntie's Backyard Garden please put the question marks up? I was laughing at you asking about being someone's Valentine. You look pretty tonight with your beautiful chocolate blouse. Oh, isn't that sweet? Thank you. And Joyce Moore has been a Perks member for 3 months. Congratulations. You know, you could click on and put your banner up, Joyce Moore. Growing with Hudson, I'm assuming Charlie Moss didn't know her URL and you looked it up for her. That is so nice. That is really, really nice. Barb Brownlee, I can see you having a YouTube channel. I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because your comments are so on point, so specific, that when I see your butterflies, I see your name, I get excited. I like to read your comments. And you take out that time for detail. And I think you would be the same way you apply those same skills in videos. Please hold your questions until Lady Cheryl asks for them. When she does, please enter your question in all caps with a big red question mark. Thank you. Thank you, Auntia. Thank you so much. How do you put your banner up? Oh, if you're on a PC, I'll show you how to do it on a PC. and somebody else jump in and tell her how to do it on the phone. If you're on a PC, just click on right up under where you start typing in your line to chat. There are 3 icons. There is some with bars. To the right, in the middle, there's a $sign. And to the left, there's a smiley face. Click on the $sign. And it'll tell you how many months you've been there. And there'll be a line underneath, and you can put it up. And hit enter. Thank you, Andale, for putting up Salon Diva's Home and Garden channel up. And see, Thomas is in zone 8B. Okay, and Cherie is telling you, look at Home with Cherie, one of our wonderful Mod Squad members, a moderator. She's saying, I'm going to say it out loud. Go to the bottom where you see the $sign. Click it, and you should see the free chat option. You get it once a month. Thank you, Cherie. Sifting some soil, 5 months. Thank you so much for being here. And she's wishing everybody a happy Valentine's Day. And people are ringing the bell. Oh, G Mama Grows is ringing the bell. I love it. I love it. So let's wait and see if Salon Diva can click on. And my screen looks a little cloudy. I don't know about you all, but my screen looks a little cloudy. I hope. Joyce L. Moore. Congratulations. Okay. It's been 6 months. Time flies, doesn't it? When you're having fun. Okay, so let's give some more cash apps. 2 more cash apps. I'm going to write down the answer in real big letters. And now y'all got to be real quick with the answer. It's one word. And I need Auntie's backyard to put the question. Oh, she did it. Okay. Girl, you are on it. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you. It's one word. No, that's not what I want. I want the start sign. Is Andale still here? She usually puts it up. I don't know if she's still in here. If she's not, Growing with Hudson, I know she has that stop sign ready. So if you would put the start button, or stop, or whatever it is. Start. Thank you, Andale. Thank you. Okay, guys. Now, as soon as I start talking, if you know the answer, type it in. What is the easiest crop to grow right now? You can put it in. First one, get it in. It's Angel Loves Garden, and it's radish. Congratulations. If you have a Cash App, don't play if you don't have a Cash App. Everybody got it. Somebody put cabbage. That take a while. I didn't even mention cabbage. It takes a while for cabbage. And Grown Hudson put the stop. Okay, so it is Angel. Lee, 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 I know it's Lee Lee. I don't remember what it says right now. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Amani Anita Newsom. She said, many thanks for the inspiration, y'all. That's so sweet. And Regina Tyson said, beats. That was a close one. Name the seeds that I'm going to start. You can start now. That's been in my freezer for a long time. I told you what it was. What is it called? Andale got the little music for Lily. Seeds have been in my freezer for a long time. You got to get specific. Okay, I have a winner. TLC in the garden. I don't have to write it down because it was patty pan bush squash. That's it. I didn't even say bush, but it's patty pan squash. Moderators, is that the first one? Now, Cocktam Creation says squash, but it could have been butternut. It could be zucchini. I mean, it could be a lot. But I specifically said patty pan. So it's Bobby. Who was it? The first one that said it? TLC in the garden. That's it. Lily and TLC. You must have a Cash App. Please don't email me and tell me send it through PayPal because I'm not going to do it. I have to keep my records separate. Okay? Patty pan squash. I'm going to try my best. I haven't grown none in a long time because of those darn squash bugs. But I'm going to put it in a different spot and then we're going to see what's going to happen. Okay. Yes, Aunt Tia, it was TLC in the garden was the first one to say that. And Dale said, yes, TLC. Thank you, everybody. Now it's question and answer time. Question and answer time. And while you are coming up with your questions, I'm going to tell you why I did what I did when I planted that fruit tree with the uncomposted remnants from my garden. Right next to my greenhouse is a brown turkey fig tree. I did not anticipate the brown turkey fig tree growing that big. And next to it, about 5 feet over, maybe 4 feet, I dug a hole and put fresh compost in it, hoping that I was going to plant a tree there. But what I didn't know, as it was breaking down and the earthworms was eating up the compost, pooping out worm castings, and when it would rain, that fertilizer from that worm casting, that compost, fed the brown turkey fig tree, and it grew up to be a beast. So I couldn't put the other tree that I was going to put there. So that lets me know from experience that uncomposted material will break down fast when it's in contact with soil. And that's why I start putting it in the bottom of my fruit tree containers. It works. If it ain't fixed, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. It works. What you take out of the earth, if you put back into the earth, it works. The number one thing I give all of my plants every season is compost and fermented tea, the comfrey tea. Now, the strawberries, they were real, how can I say it, sparse. So they didn't really eat up the comfrey tea and the compost I put in there the last season. It wasn't a really good season for us for the strawberries because most of them had died back. So I didn't add any compost. I just added worm castings and azomite rock dust. But if I see they start struggling, even though I'm giving them a little comfrey tea, I'll put a little compost around them little crowns. Sure will. Because the straw will be pushed back when they start pushing out. Okay? All right. Okay, so is there a question? How do I grow rice? Oh, Gardener 99. I don't know nothing about no rice. I know it's very tropical. It came over to the United States. I found that out through a documentary that was on Netflix. Can't remember the title. Some of you are in here, and I talked about it. You might remember more than me. But the Africans had it in their hair. They braided up in their hair. Prior to that documentary, and when the Africans became slaves and they were getting ready to go to run from the slave master, they would put the grain in their hair and take off running because they knew they can wash that rice off and cook it wherever they ended up and they can have some nourishment. But prior to me seeing that history, I thought it came from Asia, but it didn't. It was brought to this country by the Africans. And then the slave masters and the catchers particularly captured people that knew how to grow the rice. And then they brought them to the plant, sold them to the plantations, and then that's how it got in. And all this came out of that movie. And it wasn't one of those slave type, make you cry type of movies. It was very educational, very clean. When I say clean, nothing to anger you or anything like that. Yes, thank you, Grandmama Groves. High on the hog. Thank you, Grandmama Groves. You've been the superstar tonight. High on the hog. And I'm pleased to announce they're going to do a part 2. So a lot of the food that are considered delicacies today originated in the South from the slaves. The macaroni and cheese. It's a lot of these different dishes that we cook. It's a long history behind it. But if you can watch that film, like I said, you would not be angry, or traumatized. It's very light, and it just shares about a lot of different things. For example, we call sweet potatoes yams. They're not. Yams are much bigger, oddly shaped. They're white. You'll see a lot of this stuff. You're going to see that we were conditioned to believe things were one way. I'm going to make candy yams for Thanksgiving or Christmas, and you had candy sweet potatoes. Yams are completely different. So watch that movie if you like. What are some heavy vegetable fertilizer feeders? I'm not really understanding, Yankee Sister. What are some heavy fertilizer feeders? You mean like cover crops? Any of your greens, your beans, add nitrogen to the soil? Is that what you're talking about? What are some heavy vegetable fertilizer feeders? Something that will feed your soil. Yeah, okay. Then it'll be what I said. It'll be greens and beans. Greens, beans, potatoes, hog, mountains, you name it. No, I'm sorry. What pollinators do you have for your pink lady apple? I'm looking to buy the Granny Smith or the Red Delicious. Very good question, C. Thomas. I have the Golden Delicious, the Red Delicious. My Gala apple died in the freeze of 2021. I have a Crimson Crisp and a Crisp Cream, something like that. They're on Stark Brothers. I have 2 of their signature, their family passed down generations to generations, 2 of their family named apples. And then I got the Red Delicious. Oh, I got an Anna apple too. Red Delicious, Golden Delicious, 2 signature Stark Brothers. And what is the other one I just said? Anna apple. All of those grow well. If you go to some place like Ison Brothers or Stark Brothers Ison Nursery or Stark Brothers or the Farmer's Almanac, and you put in your zone, they'll tell you what apples are compatible for your area and how many chill hours they need. And I've got all the books for master gardeners from my area. What grows well in Texas? What grows well in North Texas? What foods? What fruits? That thing, type of thing. So, but if you want a general knowledge for your zone, the Almanac, Farmer's Almanac, Ison Nursery, and Stark Brothers. Okay. Yeah, girl. Grandmama Grows, I used to sing that song every Thanksgiving. Got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. You name it. I had all my grandkids saying it. Okay, what plants need a lot of fertilizer? Heavy feeders. Are potatoes heavy feeders? Yes. And some master gardeners believe that once you plant potatoes, if you plant them in the ground, you should rotate them and not plant them in the same place again, or don't plant them in the same container soil. Yes, they are heavy feeders. Corn is another heavy feeder. You've got to keep feeding it. Tia's Backyard Garden wants to know, are the patty pan squash vining or bush? Either one. The seeds that I got are bush. Because as I've gotten older, I stop all this, and I'm doing more bush stuff. Yes, corn is a heavy feeder. You're right, Growing with Hudson. I think I just said that. Okay, Regina Taylor, can I grow mini lemon? I think you're probably talking about a Meyer lemon or a dwarf lemon. And oranges in Detroit. Okay, you can grow them, but you're going to have to bring them in the house because you get freezing temperatures in Michigan. Yes, you can. You can grow a lemon tree in the house during the winter. Patty pan comes in bush plants. Don't they have binding ones too, Grandmama Grows? I don't want to look it up real quick. But that's the ones that I've got. The seeds that I got. Okay, I'm waiting for a question, guys. Regina Taylor, you're going to have to look at the lowest temperature that your citrus trees can take and move them inside a week or so before you're expected to get that low temperature. Okay? Hey, Lisa. Oh, I got you, Grandmama Grows. Yes, I got a bush-type patty pan squash. Yankee Sister says she has a lemon tree inside for the winter, and she's in zone 6A. And I have all of my citrus trees in the greenhouse, and it's currently 51 degrees out there with both windows open. So let's go look at the weather, and I hope pray to God it's in the 40s. No, it's going to be 43. I think I'm going to leave my windows open tonight. Because nothing can freeze. They might get a little cool, but it won't damage them. Okay, Garden 99 is saying, what are alligator pears? I don't know. I don't know what that question is. And Auntie says she's looking for all binding types of squash because I am trying to go up, not out, to make the most of your space. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. And that's what I used to do. But, I was going to say, but it's you're younger than me. It's too hard on my body with all the stuff that I do. Okay, we got another question from Time Mouse Farm. I think you emailed me or you said something before about a soursop tree. How do you make the tea? You want to make sure that you remove your leaves that don't have any type of blemishes, spots, or anything like that on them. You can put them in a brown paper bag, or you can put them in the oven at 120 degrees, or you can put them in a dehydrator. You don't need to make it fresh. It won't taste as well or give you as much flavor as it would if you dehydrate them. Now, I do a soursop tea because, it prevents cancer, so I'm not going to give you, step by step what I do. But generally, with every tea, it tastes better when it's dehydrated, so you can have more concentrated. It'll shrink, and you'll have more flavor of the tea. And people primarily grow soursop because they eat free radicals in your body that can cause cancer. They don't drink soursop because it's so delicious. Okay? Oh, avocados are also called alligator pears. I think I might have heard that before. And do you know that soursop trees are real expensive? They are very expensive. Okay, let's go. 77 summertime. Next time, put it in all caps. Is there any way I can do, or probably anything can I do to help my Myra lemon tree lost all leaves, left it in the cold 20 degrees one night? Some branches are flexible and green. It's inside now in zone 8A. You can wait about 3 or 4 months, hon, to see if it's going to put on some leaves. But after, okay, well, we got down to 3 degrees, 19 in the greenhouse, and I just started snipping. I'm looking for my pruners. They're not here, but I see this drawer is open. Let me show y'all this. I started pruning and pruning and pruning till I didn't see any green, and they were gone. So you can start snipping them off just a little bit. And when you look inside the core of that piece of the branch you took off, if you don't see no green, then it's gone. I would imagine it's gone. I'm not saying that it is, but I would imagine. I got this from Angela's Busy Bees Garden. She sent me this gift. It is so nice. It is a light, and it is a magnet. And she sent me 4 of them, so I could have out in the greenhouse. And don't you see how light that is? See how that glows? And it has 2 different settings. Real bright, semi-bright. She said she found these on sale at Lowe's, and it came with the batteries, and all you do is flip it over. So I've got 4 of these, and it has like a little hook. We'll see if I'll leave you out. Well, I can hang them up in the greenhouse and let it click to the frame. But these are super, super, super bright. I'm looking for the package. Here it is. This is what it looks like. It is called a Lux Pro. And it has 6 AA batteries included. And it has a 240-degree adjustable light spread. And it automatically turns off when you close it. And it has 2 modes. A high mode, which has 180 lumens. And it will run for 3 hours before the battery drains. And on low, it'll give out 50 lumens. And it will run for 11 hours. So these are nice to have if, you might be in a situation where you got a power outage. And, you guys, I talked about that a whole lot. And so she said she saw these on sale, and she got some for herself, and she thought about me. And, yeah, it's really cool. I was just so happy to get them. On sale at Lowe's. Look how bright that is. That's dimmer. That's the... what I say, 50 lumens, and this one is the 180. So it'll brighten up a whole area. And that kind of like blind my eyes, when I look at it. And you can rotate that around. That's real neat. At Lowe's. And she said they were on sale. And it's called the Lux Pro. And it's a flashlight. with real high density light. That's really cool. I can't wait to go out there and use it. I got 4 of them, so I can put them in each corner of the greenhouse and see what's happening. Okay, just wanted to share that with you. I got something else too. I think I might have talked about it in the video. I know Aunt Tia's, is it Aunt Tia? Yes, Aunt Tia Backyard Garden sent me those cucumber seeds. They germinated, Aunt Tia. Thank you very much. I'll be potting them up tomorrow. Okay, did you plant the saffron you were gifted? How is it doing? Oh, yeah, it's growing wonderful in the greenhouse. I kept the temperature above 40 degrees at all times. It'll go out in the spring, and only on the real cold days did it get down to 40, you know, in there. And I could have put another heater out there or whatever, but I just, 40 degrees, it won't freeze. Somebody is mentioning comfrey. Andrea Lucas, what's your question? Yankee Sister said, yeah, that's a nice gift. Yeah, I was just smiling from ear to ear. Growing with Hudson, I can't have an avocado in the U.S. because drug cartels in Mexico are at war. Melissa SoCal, the only thing that I fed my saffron is comfrey tea. I told you guys I don't buy fertilizer anymore. Now, when I first planted them, I planted them in a good potty mix and, you know what I'm trying to say, homemade compost, aged compost. And they look good. They're not yellowing. They're just growing straight up like grass. But it's going to have to be warmer and get out and get more sunshine. Oh, okay. Let me in on this conversation. Avocados, we can't have it. Oh, not an avocado tree. Avocados you buy at the store that come from Mexico because of a drug war. And then Hudson is saying she got notice that the cartel was injecting some of them with something in the avocados. Oh, Melissa, you're growing the saffron too. Yeah, it's the most expensive spice in the world. Okay, I'll make a video about that pretty soon. Okay. Wow, avocados are banned. Thank you. See, I missed that one, guys. But I did. Oh, Hudson. You asked me last week that I get some orange juice. I finally got some orange juice. And I froze it. Because, you know, orange juice will spike up your blood sugar. So, you know, I'm trying not to go on medicine. So I don't drink a lot of orange juice. But when I feel like I'm catching a little cold or something, I'll up orange juice and vitamin C. And so I bought some and I froze it. The U.S. will stop importing avocados from Mexico. Okay. I heard that on the news that they were not importing them. Okay. That's a shame. Regina Tyson said, can we make, we can, are you making a statement or is it a question? Is it all caps? We can make greenhouses. Okay, greenhouse out of milk jugs, yes you can. It's called winter sowing. A lady by the name of Cheryl something or another came up with that idea about 10 years ago. It's called on. I don't do it in where I live because I don't need to. Because we don't get that much cold to do winter sowing. But the premise of winter sowing is this. You can use the wood, you can use the milk jugs, cut around it, and leave the top off. And the sunlight will come in and you germinate your seed and they'll get photosynthesis and everything that they need, and they'll stay warm enough in those jugs that they won't freeze, and you would never have to harden them off because they're used to the sunlight. But you guys know for the last 2 years, I don't harden off my plants. I use shade cloths. I start off with 90% shade cloth on them, and I pull it back a little bit, about 5 and 10 minutes, and put it back on for about the first week or so, and then I switch to 50% shade cloth, pull it back a couple, minutes, and then eventually, they're about the second week they're in the greenhouse, they're completely hardened off. It's something that nobody taught me. It's just something I said, I got all these shade cloth, I'm gonna try it. Because I got tired of bringing plants back and forth, trying to harden them off when you got a whole lot of them. And it worked. And I have videos you can check in my seed starting playlist, and you'll see that I don't harden them off in full sun. Somebody's video I watched, I can't remember who it was, but they went to work or they went someplace and they forgot to bring the seeds back in. A lot of them died. And I'm that type of person. So this is what works for me. I see a big paragraph. Just goes to show how dependent we are in this country. I got mad, but it just showed me that I need to be even more self-sufficient, so I am not thrown off by things way off somewhere else. That's true. And the other thing I was going to say about the orange juice, and Hudson reminded me of it, the prices are going to go up. So you can't water bath canned orange juice, but they say it will taste more like lemon juice or grapefruit juice. It loses something when you water bath can it. Hudson, that's why I froze it. I did my research. But there is a disease that's running through parts of the country where they have vast citrus orchards. And what's happening is the fruit that gets this disease in the tree, it falls off the vine or off the tree when it's green and it rots. So the prices of orange juice is going to go up. So if you all like the orange juice, even the frozen kind from concentrated orange juice, and you can, put it in a picture or whatever, I'm recommending everybody pick that up. And if you notice, those of us that are preppers, we didn't run out of food, and we didn't have any issues like all these big conspiracies people were pushing. Okay? I know in some areas it's a little worse than others, but those of us in this gardening community that prep and have a lot of food that we grow, we didn't experience any of that. And so I always tell people to prep and not panic. Okay? All right. Is it too late to dig up ginger? Do it has to be cured before using. No. You must be out in a higher zone, like zone 9 or 10. As long as it didn't freeze, you're fine. And no, it does not have to be cured. Like a potato, no ma'am. Gardener 99, I don't use shredded cardboard, but I do have a shredder here in my office, and I shred up anything that is non-shiny or has like a plastic coating over it. Like bills. Well, not bills, because I get all my bills online. But like junk mail, solicitation mail, that type of stuff. Every day I get in the mail, I get somebody want to buy my house. Guys, you know this. When your house is paid for, it's listed at your county tax office assessor, and people get that information, and then they want to buy your house. Every day I get that kind of mail. So I shred that up and put it into the compost. So to answer your question, you can use shredded cardboard. You can use shredded wood chips, sawdust, but the compost breaks down faster with paper as opposed to cardboard, shredded cardboard. But you can use it. You're welcome, Lisa. And since we were talking about ginger, I want to just mention that turmeric is the same, in the same family, have the rhizomes like ginger. They're cousins. They grow the same way. But the thing about ginger is you don't have to peel ginger. You can grate ginger and make ginger beer, ginger ale, use it for seasoning spices in your food. But turmeric, you need to scrub it really good, peel it, boil it, dehydrate it, and then make it into powder. Turmeric is nasty if you leave the skin on it. I have a video on that too. What is the best potting soil to use for planting EG? What is EG? Regina, what is EG? Egg? I don't know. Yes, Gardener 99, I'm aware that cardboard is paper. But I answered your question. I don't shred up cardboard. I shred paper. And I use cardboard to line my pathways and put wood chips on top of them. So I have another purpose for my cardboard. But you're right. Cardboard and paper is paper, and it all comes from the tree. Now, Regina, tell me what potting mixture soil, what is the best potting soil to use for planting? What is the EG? Elevated garden? You're welcome, Garden 99. I don't know what you're using it for, baby. But let me just say this to you. If you're planting in the ground, you can amend it. Veggies. Okay, mix. Okay, here we go. If you are planting in the ground, you can use garden soil to add into the earth that you already have. If you're planting in a raised garden bed, whether it's low to the ground or elevated, you want to use a garden mix for raised beds. If you're planting in a container, you must get a potting mix because all of them are not the same. Some of them have more cocoa fiber in it, more cocoa coir, more peat moss, more perlite, more vermiculite to help facilitate with drainage and also to help it hold moisture. So remember this, potting mix, unless you want to make your own. Because I used to make all mine, but I don't do it anymore because it's too hard on my body. I use potting mix for a container, garden soil for in-ground planting, and raised garden bed soil for a raised garden bed. I hope I answered your question. And you can mix all of these things up yourself if you do your research in Google or what is the best potting mix in the search bar on YouTube, and somebody will show you. Because I used to take topsoil, I used to get the cocoa coir brick, I used to get the peat moss, I used to get the vermiculite and all this stuff, the perlite, and just be killing myself, mix it and mix it and mix it. And I don't do that anymore because I know my body, and my body start breaking down and my muscles be hurting all over when I do all that. So now I just buy potting mix or I buy raised bed gardening soil. It costs a little more, but I'd rather have that than to be sore and uncomfortable every day. Have you grown white turmeric? No, I haven't, Chris, and there's a black turmeric as well. Okay, Santisha is here, and she says, good evening. Would you recommend using the cheap topsoil sold in stores to help fill raised beds? If you're going to mix it and add perlite to it, or vermiculite, or peat moss, or the other thing, the coconut coir, yes. Yeah, but what I do is I put either uncomposted raw materials down there. My prayer garden where everything died, all those lemon trees, everything died in the greenhouse. I made a hugelkultur. A hugelkultur is just a bunch of branches and trees. Some people in the Back to Eden method, they throw old phone books in there. You know, if you have a big space and you need a lot of soil, you can make the first 5-10 inches with that kind of stuff, and then put the good potty mix and soil on top, and eventually all of that will break down. Yeah. And also you can get compost from companies that make it and will deliver it to you. I think it comes by the cubic yards. I never bought any. But I know back in the day, my husband would go to the city where we could get free compost. And you have to shovel it yourself, and he would just take his old pickup and just take the boys, and they would do that. Okay, somebody want to know, is Miracle Grow good? Regina Tyson, if you're speaking of Miracle Grow potting mix, you're going to have some chemicals in it. But Miracle Grow also has a black package with yellow writing on it that is organic. Because the consumers, we are getting much smarter, and they know that we're learning that all those chemicals are not good for us, because what those chemicals do is feed the plant and have you addicted to chemicals for your plants to get a nice size. But I definitely can taste the difference because I was one that used to use Miracle Grow and got big plants, but the soil was so depleted. Let me share this with you real quickly. Chemical fertilizers came about as a mistake. It was used as chemical warfare during wars. And they would spray the enemy. So their eyes and upper respiratory, they would have illnesses. But they found out those warplanes that was dropping all these chemicals in these areas where they were spraying, it had an adverse reaction on the lawn, the earth, and it got real green. So when the war was over, and I can't tell you which war it was because I saw this in a documentary, they went back to the lab and they took that formula and they created it and tested it to make plants grow very big. But it didn't feed the soil, it fed the plant. And around that same time, companies got rich with making commercials and equipment for you to pop all the weeds out in your yard. Remember all those things? The weed popper, the weed killer. Dandelions were at those little yellow flowers, those weeds, they were at one time were considered a delicacy. And they have a lot of healing properties. People make salve out of that dandelion. I have dandelion root in my blood sugar tea. And I have chicory, which is Italian dandelion root in my healthy blood sugar tea. We were conditioned that this stuff was good for us and the weeds were not, which they are, because all this stuff is tied into big government and pharmaceutical companies want you to get all hooked on medicine where that you have to go and keep paying for it instead of growing some of this stuff for yourself. Everything that God wants us to heal our body with is in the earth. But no, we take all this medicine. So let me hear what you all saying. Thank you very much for your opinion. Thank you. Okay, the best compost is your homemade, do it your own, learn how to make your own. I agree with you 100%, Gardner 99. And Brenda Allen is saying something about lettuce. I don't know. I think she's talking about recalls all the time on lettuce, maybe. It's so wonderful to grow your own. Should compost tea be diluted before using it? I dilute my comfrey tea when I'm putting it on the seedlings after they're about 3 months old. But other than that, I do it depends on how long you've been fermenting your compost tea. Because you can make compost tea out of weeds, out of compost, out of discarded live plants that are dying. It just depends. But I wouldn't put anything that's been fermenting all winter long, like my comfrey tea. I wouldn't put that straight on anything. I'm going to dilute that like maybe 3 to 6 parts water before I use it. Okay? This is so true. I just wasted my money. I guess she bought some chemical fertilizer. You can go take it back if it's not open. Patty pan squash. Brenda Allen, I think you coming in here late and you answering questions. That's what you're doing. Lettuce, patty pan squash. You're behind the chat. Oh, yes, that's it. Saffarine is called citrus greening. That's that disease that's going through the plants. I said plants, but I meant to say orchards, citrus orchards. So get ready, orange juice is going to go up. TLC in the garden is where the fertilizer originates, then please stop using them. Government now know the error of their ways and what is happening to the soldiers. Yeah. Agent Orange. You have people right now in these, what do you call it? The VA hospitals? Yes. That seals help you to identify things that you are acceptable for organic gardening. Sounds like you are concerned about that. Yes. Oh, that seal, the OMRI. Yes. Yes. Very good, Antia. If it doesn't have that OMRI on it, it's not organic. They have a way of hiding in a label inorganic things to make you think it's organic. The same thing happens with hair products. She's going to sift the potting mix that's organic to start her seeds. It's excellent. I just can't afford it as much as I grow. Unless it's on sale. I don't get it. I will be honest with you guys. I do not buy organic potting mix. I tell everybody, after it's been in my yard for a while, then it becomes organic because I don't use chemicals other than the potting mix after that, okay? And even Perlite has potting mix, has chemical fertilizer in it. The one by Miracle Grow. Okay, good night, sweetie. Thank you, Yankee sister. Good night. And we're running a little bit over. Oh, we're over because I started a little bit late. My father suffered from AO before he passed. Agent Orange. Oh, bless his heart. Good night, everybody. Yes, that was a very good tip from Auntie's Backyard Garden. I could go and pull up some stuff right now. Maybe I'll do that one day, Davis, and show you some of the things that I use. This might sound crazy. Sift my soil. No, it's not crazy. It's not crazy at all. Everybody have a great week. Thank you, Miss Barb Brownie. Good night, everybody. The government is doing all that poisoning is dirty. Yeah, it is dirty. And I said this last week that your doctors get a kickback for prescribing all kind of medicine for you. It's the whole big joke. We got to heal ourselves. Many thanks. Much love from Zone 8A. And we're in the same garden zone, Amani. Good night, Melissa SoCal. Be safe. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay, here's a question. Do you have a moral opinion on, I think it was peat moss? No, I will tell you, it is not organic. So I will buy it if it's in something. You know what I'm saying? Like biochar, I don't know where all that burning wood comes from. So it's just certain things I don't get too technical about. But once I get it potted up in my yard, from that point on, I only use organic stuff. With the exception of a few drops of Dawn Diesel. And I told you guys I'm going to buy some Dr. Bronner's. I haven't bought it in a while because I use it on my face. Wanda B, thank you for being here. You're welcome. I appreciate all of you all. Lynn Simmons, you're coming in right now. We're getting ready to leave. I would hope that you will bless us and watch the replay. Okay? Good night, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. I appreciate all of you all being here and being patient when I had the problem with my computer. So I got to get up and turn everything off.